Yeah, I be on my own. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 8th, 2018. Let me give a shout out to my man, Kyle Hamrick. He wanted me to play some Toby Nwigwe. Artist I've never heard of, but very, very talented it sounds like. Thank you for the song request for sure. What's good, YouTube? It's cold up in the D. I'm gonna play that song one day, So Cold in the D, classic. But it is getting cold, man. Like fall is like right around the corner. I can feel it. The days are getting shorter. Well, at least the evenings are getting shorter. But I hope you guys are doing well today. We're gonna be talking about something that Twitter, Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, said to Congress when he was up on the Hill. He's going to be looking to implement, possibly they're looking at ways to use blockchain to help mitigate some of these issues they're having, so-called issues they're having with Twitter and fake accounts and stuff. So we'll look at that. And then secondly, Dogecoin just overtook Zcash and Marketcap. So we'll take a look at that. It's probably over the Doge Ethereum whole hype. And I'll give you guys a story about back in the earlier days of cryptos. We did a lot in the community collectively to make the presence be known of the Shiba. But we'll talk about what or why possibly Dogecoin overtook Zcash in market cap. But first, let's take a look at these markets. They are looking horrible. And actually at the time of this recording, we started taking a leg lower. We're under $200 billion. We're at 198 billion for total global market cap. Bitcoin's dominance is eking up above 55% again, and it's just a sea of red. We're taking another leg down, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I told you guys yesterday or the day before yesterday, we can maybe use we can try to blame the fake news, the Goldman Sachs fake news that Business Insider put out. We can try to use that as the reason why we took that leg down, but I'm telling you, it doesn't look like that's the reason. I'm gonna be honest with you. That news, I think now that I'm seeing more market price action, that news was just a cover for a sell-off, because we're now taking another leg down. So if it was fake news and irrelevant, we would have done a Bart Simpson, upside down Bart Simpson, and headed back up. So I'm just letting you guys know, do a little bit more research and figure out what's really causing price action and adjust accordingly. So again, we're down 2% over the 24 hours with Bitcoin. In just the last hour, most of that has occurred, that 2% in just the last hour. And honestly, in the last 30 minutes, Ethereum down 4.5%, almost 5% in 1 hour, just playing with that $200 level. Ripple down 3.5%, almost 3.5%. I know EOS, yeah, EOS got hit hard. It's down 3.2%, and not looking good, guys. Not looking good for price. And one of the articles we're going to be taking a look at, as I told you, was the Dogecoin taking the spot above Zcash in the market cap. So we'll look at that as well. But let's look at this TA, man. This TA is not looking good. So we traded in the sideways market here for a day and a half or so. Really was messing with the algos, going back and forth, getting tapped out. And then finally made a decision to head lower. We got out in the algo at 63.36 area, but yeah, the next area of support would be 59 again. That's the major one. But what's concerning me is that we've broken this area of 6,200. This is the hour chart, so we could pop back above it, but this long candle here, this 1 hour long candle, is not a good look. So let's just see what happens. But we did break that support area, previous support of 6,200 range. So it looks like we're taking another leg down to test that ultimate 5,900 area, 5,800, and we may try to do that in the next 2 or 3 hours the way this candle looks. So yeah, not looking good, and again, just supports my theory that this initial sell-off here was not the direct result of the Goldman Sachs, or I shouldn't say Goldman Sachs, Business Insiders fake news or inaccurate news I think that was a cover for people to sell. And so I don't know, I don't know what's going on there, but we're definitely looking like we're testing those lows again of 58, 5,900 range, depending on what exchange you're on. But let's take a look at that first article out of AMB Crypto. Dogecoin takes over Zcash to enter top 20 upon Doge Ethereum hype. So I just want to say this before we get started. This is not the first time we've seen these, at least in Dogecoin. I remember maybe four and a half years ago, Dogecoin linked up and clicked up with Litecoin. They merged. They did a merge mine. So they were merging. They were mining on the same kind of network. You can cross mine Litecoin and Dogecoin. And, Dogecoin really took a bump off of that as well. So it looks like this may be history repeating itself, or at least rhyming. So let's take a look at this article. Dogecoin entered into the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization after another hike took it past Zcash. With a market capitalization of close to 670 million, it is now comfortably past Zcash's market cap of 620. The coin was worth 0.005 of a penny on September 7th after it dropped below the mark earlier that day. The coin then rallied up a little bit on the same day and began a second rally on the 8th of September. The price of the coin went up to just over a half of a penny, where it is currently trading. In the process, it grew almost 12%, which is the latest in a run of rallies seen by the coin. The coin recently went up by more than double its previous value over the past month, and so it just kind of goes through its run up and a gain of 153% altogether within a month. The coin is infamous for being a meme coin, as seen by its official logo. It is based on the Doge meme. This was the attitude exhibited by members of the Doge community after the recent hike in the price of the cryptocurrency, as seen by various memes commemorating the event. I told you guys back when I had John App on and we were reminiscing over the earlier days in cryptos, and the whole to the moon, at least in cryptos, kind of started with the Doge community. That community began that whole Doge to the moon thing. So much moon and all that good stuff, man. So it's crazy to see this coin kind of be revitalized. But my question to you guys is, or I pose this question: do you think this is a good coin to purchase? I personally think it doesn't have any edge over any other coin anymore. It used to really have an edge, because back then when you had Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Dogecoin was even faster, or is even faster than Litecoin. But I always, even back then, never thought it would be taken seriously, because the brand wasn't to be taken seriously. I really can't see Dogecoin really being pervasive in the commerce arena. It's just, it's a fun token, and that's, I think, what it's supposed to be for. Keep a few just for keepsake, in my opinion, but I don't think, this is going to be any project or blockchain to be really taken seriously, and I don't even think the community really wanted it to. It was back then a very popular coin for tipping. So many members of the community, we use Doge for tipping other people on Reddit or in different platforms. On different platforms you could do that. I even think on Bitcoin Talk forum there was a way for you to do it on tip people in Dogecoin. But I personally, again, it's great to see the Dogecoin come back a little bit, rise from the ashes. But I'm not going to take this seriously as a investment, or something that's going to make you a whole bunch of money. That's already done. If you were in Doge in the early days when it was 50 satoshis worth, or even lower than that, and you held and you just had some, cool. I have a few in a wallet on one of my old phones that I still have. So it's just a keepsake type of coin, in my opinion. You guys let me know what you think, but that's interesting to see Dogecoin overtake Zcash, and Zcash is a coin that's really trying to be taken seriously, so I don't know how they would feel about that. The second article out of Blocked, and it's about Twitter. Twitter may be applying blockchain technology to problems they're facing. Social media giant Twitter is exploring the uses of blockchain technology. CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, testified before a congressional committee on Wednesday, September 5th. The U.S. House Committee on Energy and Commerce asked him questions relating to transparency and accountability. Dorsey suggested that distributed ledgers could be used to stop scams and misinformation on the platform. Dorsey goes on to explain how DLT could thwart scams. He says here, blockchain is one that I think has a lot of untapped potential, specifically around distributed trust and distributed enforcement potentially. He added, we haven't gone as deep as we'd like just yet in understanding how we might apply this technology to the problems we're facing on Twitter, but we do have people within the company thinking about it today. Article goes on to say on the same day, Dorsey provided testimony at a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing focused on the alleged interference during the U.S. presidential elections in 2016. Later, he took on to Twitter and expressed his thoughts, posting a long thread where he talked about the platform's commitment to transparency. Article goes on to say, fighting a war against bias and scams. Twitter came under fire last month when Duo Security published a research report claiming that it came across a network of at least 15,000 scam bots using Twitter to spread fake cryptocurrency giveaways. During the study, 88 million Twitter accounts were scanned by researchers who used machine learning techniques to identify bots. Later, the platform faced another controversy when it did not ban the account of a right-wing conspiracy theorist, Alex Jones, which is good that they didn't do that. Unlike what Facebook, Apple, and YouTube did, instead, Twitter commented that the account did not violate community guidelines, but then later suspended his account for 7 days. This is ridiculous, man. I'm just so done with how freedom of speech is just gone, like completely. There isn't even any freedom of speech on these social media networks, because now, you know, the government wants to treat them as media outlets and regulate them under FCC guidelines. What do you guys feel about that? I know a majority of my subs definitely feel the same way I do. Where is the line drawn? Like, I think at some point we're gonna have layered blockchain technologies to safeguard us from censorship. And what I mean by that is the services that we use will have to be on a decentralized network. So having, you know, startups like Substratum, I know you guys probably remember Substratum. We're gonna have to build our dApps on top of decentralized internet infrastructures as well, so that these governments can't just come and shut stuff down. And it's just it's very unfortunate, and I think it just shows the direction we're going with society. It's just unfortunate. So good to see Twitter looking to possibly in the future use DLT to mitigate these fake accounts. But at the same time, I think Twitter needs to allow people to have freedom of speech, regardless of how it affects elections or financial sectors or whatever. You have to allow people to censor their own information and figure out and use common sense on what's real and what's not. That's what's wrong with this society, period. We want all the information just fed to us. We don't have that veil of constructive criticism that is so important, in my opinion, to be the best person you can be in this life, in this society. So let me know your thoughts on Twitter using DLT, if this will be even effective. I don't know. I think the jury's still out on that. But that's pretty much it. Again, Kyle Hamrick, thank you for the song request. Never heard of this artist. He used to be a football player. I didn't know that, but I'm dope. We out of here, people. Holla. Yeah.